Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have a lot going on in this video today. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth from job to job. I think I'm doing like 3 jobs in this one video. We had an unfortunate event happen a few weeks ago where we had a big storm come through, and one of my buddy's trees in his front yard blew over, barely missed his house, minimal damage, but the tree was huge. They got all cut up and splitting the firewood, but I'm going to go head over there and get the big stumps. I'll show you guys doing that, and then we're going to jump into a few more little side quests, and we'll be back here at the homestead after that and go from there. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That's the bigger piece. So now I'm just gonna get this one, those, and all that, get cleaned up, put over the tree. And I'm coming up here to get the stuff that he couldn't cut up. Yeah, I'll be able to get all this easily. I brought my bucket just in case if I could smooth that out for him, but I'm not gonna be able to. He's just have to bring some dirt in. I don't wanna mess up the yard too much. So I'm gonna have to load this up, leave my Bobcat here, take this to, I'm gonna take to my house, put it on a burn pile, and then I'll come back to my Bobcat. Okay, I got over here on this big burn pile. We're end up gonna be pushing this over away from the barn, but for right now, that's where we're dumping this at. It all came from his yard, quite a bit. They did a lot before I got there. A big old giant tree. You can just see how big that stump is. All right, let's go get the bobcat. So I'm here in Miami getting some of this mushroom compost. Comes out of all these beds right here. That's where they're growing all the mushrooms. And they clean all the beds out, put in a pile over there. That's a load. I think we're about maxed out. Thank you. What's up, ladies? Okay, we made it home, or I made it home, with a dump trailer full of mushroom compost. This stuff is awesome for gardens, and that's what we got it for. I gave a little bit away already, but this is probably gonna be pretty hot, so we're gonna let it out here, and I'll probably flip it over the next few days. And yeah, but we'll have to, you don't want to just directly plant your vegetables in here right off the bat. Maybe plant a couple to see how they do. My uncle did that before on some fertilizer he made and burned up like 200 plants. So we'll test run a few plants before we just full blown use it. We'll probably end up just mixing it with some other stuff, but we have an abundance of it. But this isn't just for me. My father-in-law needs some too. He don't need a lot, but he needs some too. We'll have this here probably for a couple of years, I'm guessing. So yeah, $150 for 5 ton. That's what this costs, $150. And people are actually buying trailer fulls and then reselling it, double, tripling their money, because people don't want to drive all the way to the mushroom plant. It's about 50 minutes away from our house, so not real close, but not too far away where I couldn't go get some. But I've been wanting to get some of this mushroom compost for several years now, and I was just not able to get some. But anyways, let's dump it out, because here's our other compost pile the chickens have. I need to flip it and pack it back in. This was a lot bigger before the winter. It kind of went down, and yeah, anyways, it's smaller, but now we got this, so let's dump it. So this still has a lot of moisture in it. Boy, that's a big old pile. I'm gonna go grab my rake and get the rest of this out. Okay, so now I'm over here and I'm gonna scratch all this up. If you guys caught the last video or so, I talked about getting all this gravel to use over there by the barn. So I'm gonna scratch it with my claw, with my grapple, and I'll get my bucket over here and I'm gonna make a big old pile right there, right over there somewhere, pile it up, and then we can start using this for a base. There's like 4 loads of 3-inch in here, 3 or 4 loads, something like that. And there's actually some 1-inch crusher run. So there's a mixture, but this will be a good base. What's up, Carl? For right there in front of the barn where it's gets really muddy. So I'll show you guys scratching this up, kind of breaking it loose a little bit. I'm gonna try that with that, and then we'll get the bucket and go from there. Carl, you're gonna have to get out of the way, buddy. You're gonna have to move. Well, it's about the same size as that pile. So I'll start getting this moved over and then we'll see what else we got left. I got it pretty good. There's some spots around a tree and over there by the shed, but for the most part, I got it all up. That's probably $1,000 to $1,300 worth of gravel right there, if not more, that we're gonna be able to repurpose over here. And it's gonna have a good base. So I'm gonna start laying it down. They're calling for rain, a lot of rain tomorrow. So I wanna get this laid out tonight and let the rain pack it down, and then we can come back in with this 1.5 inch over the top of it later. So I'll set this up so you guys can see the process. Carl, stay out of the way, buddy. He's been doing good staying back. I'll keep an eye out. Okay, I'll try to give you guys a full perspective where the barn's at, where the gravel's at. Let's move it over. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm putting this big base right in the middle here. That's probably going to be the majority of the driving is right here. So I want to get the bigger stuff down right there. There's Carl. Carl, I'm about to put him up because he's just running in circles around here. Carl, you want to go inside? You want to go inside? If I got it all the way almost up to the road, I'm going to do a few more loads right there. And then whatever I got left, I'll bring back in here and we'll shape it into right here on both sides. But then I'm going to let it rain on all this tomorrow. Then I'll come back and work it and do the rest of the gravel. Looking good though. Okay, I got a little bit more scraping to do. I'll probably do that after the rain. Got one little pile left. What's up, girls? Y'all feeding the animals?
Yeah. We're gonna get Randy.
Go get him. Randy the rooster's been getting them. So I got this spread out pretty good. This is all the base, so we'll let this all soak in over the next day or so, and then I'll top it off with some of the 1.5 inch. You can see just how this is 3-inch rock for a base compared to the 1.5 inch. So this will not be a mud hole, hopefully now when we get to work on this again in the next week or so, hopefully, if all goes well. All right, I'll keep you guys updated. What's up, Gabby? What's up, Gracie? Well, the rain is here. This has been like a 2 or 3 day video for you guys. I just got through mowing. I was getting ready to pull the weed eater out, but it's about to really storm. I made a trail for the girls. Hope will ride the golf cart, and Hallie's riding her. There's Hope right there. Hallie's riding her dirt bike. I took a trail through the woods over there. Hallie's been asking me to make her one. Did she push you out? Oh, she said she got stuck. Good job. Did you feed all the animals?
Yes.
We tried to feed them right before the storm rolled in.
I'm gonna stay out here until it starts pouring.
Okay, if you see any lightning, come on in.
Okay.
How's the trail?
Good. Except for when I got stuck.
Except for when you got stuck. It's part of it, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, Hallie's over there. So that's why I'm over here. I showed you guys working all this in. I got that last little pile spread out over here. So after this rain, it's supposed to clear up tomorrow. Then I'll come back over and work all this. Yep, looking good. You like your trail? Yeah. Oh, Carl. So she has taught Carl to go for little rides now. He jumps up there and just rides. Instead of chasing chickens, that's probably the better choice, Carl. Don't you think? Instead of chasing chickens?
And he stays in here.
Stays up there with you?
Yeah.
All right, so
He stays.
see ya. So the big rain is like almost here. This is just the outer skirts of it coming in. I guess the front. We're about to get hammered in a minute. Absolutely hammered. So I've already been seeing reports of flood, calling for floods in our area over the next several days. So definitely keep you guys updated. Hope you guys like this video. We got a lot of stuff done in this video, a lot of different projects done that we need to get done. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Love to have you guys here. Keep you guys updated soon on the barn build, as long as it doesn't flood us out. Love you guys. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.